Hey there, it's Chad with 1GS Digital Agency, and in today's video, we are going to be reviewing how to add an email subdomain into your GoHighLevel accounts and the benefits of doing so. So the first big reason for creating a subdomain for your email communications inside your GoHighLevel account is to protect your main domain. For instance, let's say your website is currently abc.com and you're sending emails from John or Sally at abc.com. You don't want to launch email marketing efforts utilizing your main domain, because if folks start to mark those as spam or flag them or complain about your emails, now your main sending domain is blacklisted, and good luck getting that sucker off the blacklist. So you start from the beginning fresh and you create a fresh subdomain for your specific email purposes. Another benefit to doing this is to keep yourself organized, to track and to optimize your email activities. For instance, you could have a specific invoicing email subdomain that you use for just collecting payments or sending invoices. You could have a technical issue email subdomain for any sort of technical issues. You could have a customer facing type of email subdomain if you wanted to. So just different benefits to doing this, and GoHighLevel makes this very easy to do. So let's get right on in there and take a look at how we're going to do this today. First thing I want to chat with you about is the warm-up process. So when creating an email subdomain inside of GoHighLevel, they are going to automatically initiate this domain warm-up process. And they do that to build your trust and reputation with inbox providers like Gmail, Outlook, and Yahoo. Without this proper warm-up, you will likely be flagged as spam. You'll experience incredibly high bounce rates and complaint rates, and eventually you're going to face email delivery blocks or even delays. And so what does the warm-up process look like? It's a fixed stage gradual warm-up model. That's what GoHighLevel calls it, which means that in order for you to move from stage 1 to stage 2 and so on, you actually have to exhaust your full daily email limit first. So stage 1, you get to send up to 1,000 emails per day. Until you hit that 1,000 email in 1 day mark, you stay at stage 1. Then you move to stage 2. If you do exceed 1,000 emails per day, if you hit that 1,000 emails per day mark, you go to stage 2. So then the next day you'll be able to send 2,500 emails. When you hit that mark, then you can go to stage 3 and so on, all the way down to 250,000 plus emails per day. How cool is that? So that's your warm-up model. That's what that looks like. Now, how do you do this, Chad? How do you create your sending domain? So what I'm going to do is show you from scratch. So if you're going to first go into your GoHighLevel accounts. Let me delete this sucker because this is another test one. So you're going to go inside your GoHighLevel account. Go ahead and sign in. You're going to click on settings down at the bottom left. And then when you click on settings, you're going to click on email services. Now, typically, a pop-up is going to pop up. So let me see if it pops up for us. Yep, there it is. So you probably are seeing this pop up right now. If you don't see the pop-up, you actually can just click on this button right here, dedicated domain and IP, and then click on add domain manually. But most likely you're going to see this pop up, create dedicated domain. All right, here we go. So this is a subdomain. You want to create a subdomain, which means it piggybacks on top of your main domain. It doesn't hurt your main domain because it's almost seen as a separate domain. It's called a subdomain. It sits on top of your main domain. And so what that means is you have to create a prefix for this. A prefix can be anything your little heart desires. So it could be invoices, not invoices, invoices dot your website. So if your website's abc.com, if your website is 1gslab.com, that's our website, that's what you would put there. You can have a prefix of email. You could have a prefix of, I don't know, bill. You could have a prefix of a number. You could do whatever prefix you want to do. So let's just go ahead and do like invoices. Let's do that. It could be whatever you want. Okay. Now, once you've done that, you've settled on your prefix, your subdomain name, then you can click Add and Verify. And so what's going to happen is a pop-up will open. Here it is. And GoHighLevel is going to encourage you to connect your domain host. So you can't just create a subdomain inside of GoHighLevel and then all of a sudden we'll start sending emails using your main domain. You have to give it permission to do this. The way you do that is you go by using your domain host, you add these DNS records that tells your domain host, hey, I'm going to be sending emails using this subdomain from these different sending providers, and I need you to allow it to happen. And so GoHighLevel will let you connect your domain host to GoHighLevel so that GoHighLevel adds these appropriate DNS records automatically for you on your behalf. However, I've not had a lot of luck with it carrying over correctly. So if you wish to go through that process, it's really simple. You just click the buttons, continue. It'll walk you through. You'll log into your domain host like GoDaddy, Hostinger, Cloudflare, all the different hosting providers out there. Log into those hosts, connect it, and watch it add those domain records, those DNS records automatically. If you'd rather just add them manually, that's what I'm going to do. You just click right here, add record manually. I'm going to show you how to do that today. So we're going to click add record manually. And then here are the records we need to add to our domain host. And what does the domain host look like? So this is our GoDaddy domain host right here. I went ahead and started populating this stuff so that you can see what it looks like. But it's super simple. Your domain host is probably similar. You just click on the add new record button inside your domain screen here, add new record, and then select the type of record you wish to add. It's all listed here in GoHighLevel. When this pops up though, I don't want you to stop here. I actually want you to click on this verify records button. I know you've not added these records yet. I don't want you to add the records yet. I just want you to click on verify records button first because I want you to come to this screen, because on this screen, it shows you all the records that were just on that pop-up, but it's got this additional record down here. This is your DMARC record. This is not mandatory for your email service to work inside of GoHighLevel. It's just a fantastic second layer of protection. So I absolutely encourage you to add this DMARC record to your DNS. And so now that we're at this screen, you can go ahead and copy the different values here. And so this is going to be a text. This is a CNAME type. This is an MX, and another text type. And so once you've copied, so like let's start with this one. This is a text. We copy this guy, and then this is your value that needs to be entered. You can highlight it, copy it. You can also click this copy button right over here, and then you'll go back to your domain, and then you'll enter it in. So the name here. So we'll go ahead and type this in, invoices. Look what happened though. Pay attention to this, because this I almost pulled my hair out when I first got started in this several years ago. Look at this extra space it added there. This will cause your stuff to break. It won't work if there's these added spaces. So just keep an eye on that. When you're copying and pasting, get rid of those extra spaces if it adds that. It will cause your stuff to break. Okay, so then we've got the value over here. We'll go ahead and click that. Make sure there's no added space. Nope, all looks well. And then you just go on down the list and you add the different records. So like we've got DNS, we've got text records, we've got CNAME records, we've got MX records right there. And then you'll just go down the list, copying, pasting, all that stuff. Now, once you're finished adding all your DNS records, you click on Verify Domain. It's going to take a few minutes for the DNS records to populate. GoHighLevel is going to tell you it could take up to 24 hours. I've never had to wait that long. Like I'd say an hour might be the longest I've had to wait. If your stuff isn't working after an hour or two, it's broken. Something's not working. You definitely want to go back, check the records, make sure there's no extra spaces, make sure everything matches correctly. Once you click Verify Domain and it actually works, you're going to land on this screen. Not that screen, this screen. You're going to land on this screen right here, and you're going to have this additional Verify button on this screen. You click that additional verify button. It's going to verify it. All will be gravy. You'll see this green SSL issued and you know, oh, huzzah, it's working. And it's even going to show you where you are in your warm-up process. So this is at stage 3. It's at the 5,000 emails per day stage. Cool. All right. So hope this video helped you understand the benefits of creating subdomains and how to create a subdomain for email purposes inside of GoHighLevel. See you in the next video.